afternoon, audience. This is the Hotness and Sweetly. Welcome back to another edition of our Restaurant Magic Show. We are so happy that you're joining us. I'm the Hotness, and I'm joined by my co-host,
Sweetly.
Hey now. And for those of you who may not know, we are just foodies. We love to eat. We've been doing it for years. So guess what? We're experts because we know what we're doing. But on our show, we like to highlight restaurants, caterers, food trucks, culinary artists, chefs, sous chefs, farmers, anything associated with food. Sweetly and I, we're just involved with it. But before we get started with the show, I like to let the audience know that they can send us any feedback or show ideas at restaurantmagicfoodies@gmail.com. And today, joining us is Miss Loniesha of Off the Hook Seafood and More Restaurant in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Welcome, Loniesha. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome, welcome.
Oklahoma and seafood. How's that going there?
Well, surprisingly, it's going very well for us. We've been in the business going on 6 years, and before we started doing the seafood in Oklahoma City, there wasn't really a big seafood market out here. So ever since we kind of jumped in there, we've been noticing a lot of seafood restaurants popping up afterwards.
Copycatters. I know they can't do it as well as you guys.
No, they can't, because we have some very unique seafood dishes.
And looking at your menu, everything looked so good. Fish with sauce dribbled over it.
Seafood wontons, cheesy grillers, gumbo, crazy crawdaddy. How do you come up with this exquisite seafood ideas? I mean, where do you get these ideas from?
My husband, he is just, I don't even know how to explain it. He actually created those dishes just when we were creating the menu. One day we were at home and we were getting ready to go to bed, and I was like, so if we opened up a restaurant, what would we serve? And he just started, off the top of his head, just started naming off some stuff. And then I was like, well, what is that? What's going to be in that? And he started naming off the ingredients, and as he was naming it off, I was writing it down. And then, a few months later when we opened up our restaurant, he actually did not cook those dishes until the first day that we were open.
Wow, that's amazing. He said, write the vision and make it plain.
He did. And that he did.
Where does Chef Corey get his cooking skills from? He goes in on the first day and start throwing down?
Well, on his side of the family, his grandfather was a chef. His mother, all his aunts. He just grew up around family that just loved to cook. So, it's just in his blood. He has a passion for it. And me, I just love to eat.
I know that's right.
You appreciate that gift.
I sure do.
Your gift makes room for you. So, hey, you enjoy every bit of it.
Tell us a little bit about your part involved in the business.
Well, my part, actually it's an interesting story because a lot of people think that this business got started because of my husband, but it really didn't. It actually got started because of me. I was just always eating his food, and I was just like, oh, my gosh, like I'm a foodie. Like you guys say you're a foodie, I'm a foodie. Yes, and so eating his food, and I used to have to tell him, like, listen, I'm not just telling you this because I'm your wife. Like, your food is amazing. Like, I've never tasted anything like his food ever, anywhere, and we travel. And so, I'm the one who encouraged him, like, we need to start our own business. Like, we just have to. The world needs to taste his food. And so, I just kept encouraging him, and I'm the one who started the food truck, and then once we did the food truck for 2 years, I kept saying, okay, we outgrown this truck. I'm like, we need to get into a building. And he was like, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, dude, you're a chef. Like, he's not a cook. He's an actual certified chef. And I was like, you're a chef cooking in a food truck. Like, he has so many cuisines that he wanted to do, but we were limited because we were in a little food truck.
Right.
And so that's how that got started. I encouraged him to just keep moving forward, and that's what we did. And so now 2 restaurants and a food truck later.
Thank you on behalf of all the Oklahomians. Thank you for motivating your husband thousands of people are truly benefiting from your encouragement that you gave to your husband.
It's awesome. I'm still pinching myself every day.
Take a commercial break, guys, and we'll be right back with Off the Hook Seafood and More. We're going to ask them where they got that name from. We'll be back.
Hey girl, that's a nice t-shirt you're wearing. Where did you get it?
I got it from TeamJesusClothing.com.
Really? I like the messaging and the colors. They're so vibrant.
Yes, TeamJesusClothing.com has a lot of t-shirts and hoodies with encouraging messages. They have styles for both men and women.
Wow, thanks for letting me know. I'm going to TeamJesusClothing.com to place my order now.
Yes, definitely go to TeamJesusClothing.com and be sure to check out my favorite shirt designs, Team Jesus and Won't He Do It.
I can't wait. TeamJesusClothing.com, here I come.
When will I get married? Waiting can never be easy. Whether it's waiting on a taxi or a job promotion, it can be difficult. When it comes to waiting on Mr. Right, aka Boaz, it becomes even more challenging to wait while you're single. In this lighthearted book, Where's Boaz? I don't know, I'm tired of kissing frogs too. Best-selling author Nevada York offers suggestions based on the Bible's great love story of Ruth and Boaz and from her own experience of waiting on God. You will learn the attributes of Ruth and use the Ruth reality chart to do a self-check on your own attributes. Nevada also shares the 10-step plan that Ruth followed to win her Boaz. Obedience and being a blessing plays a key role. Trust the Lord and His timing. Make your season of singleness Ruth-defining. Order Nevada York's latest book, Where's Boaz? I don't know, I'm tired of kissing frogs too. Available on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle.
And we're back with Loniesha of Off the Hook Seafood and More. And the chef is hubby. Chef Corey is his name. Loniesha, before we went to commercial, we were asking about how you guys came up with the name of the restaurant. Tell us a little bit about that, Loniesha. I like that name.
Well, like I was talking about the recipes, we also that same day we were trying to come up with a name for the business. And, at first I was like, family affair, and, I'm trying to think of a restaurant that represents family and food, and then I was like, off the chain, because a lot of people are like, man, your food is off the chain, and then my husband was like, no, we're not selling dogs. Dogs are on chains. We're selling seafood. He said we're selling seafood, so, when you go fishing, you have a hook, and you catch the fish on the hook, so it's off the hook.
Wow.
So that's how we came up with that.
Miss Loniesha, what is your favorite dish from the restaurant?
Well, my favorite dish, I would have to say, is the Crazy Crawdaddy. You have mentioned it earlier. It is a grilled cheese with crawfish meat, poblano peppers and onions, and a sriracha mayo with mixed cheese, and oh my gosh. I have to stay away from that sandwich. Yes.
Sounds delicious, but look, what's up with these pickles? You have to tell us more about these pickles.
Yes, audience, I have to tell you, we saw these Kool-Aid Pickles on the menu, grape, red, cherry, and Sweetly and I were like, we were a little taken aback. But please share with the audience the idea and concept behind these Kool-Aid Pickles, and what do they taste like?
Well, those Kool-Aid Pickles came about. Me and my husband went to Texas to go to a football game, and it was at the fairgrounds, and my sister was working at the fairgrounds, and she was like, oh my gosh, try these pickles. She was like, they sell these weird things called Kool-Aid Pickles. So I was like, huh? And so needless to say, I tried it because I'm a foodie. And I did not like it. I thought it was just so disgusting. And so when I got home and we started with our food truck, I was like, we got to have some dessert. And my husband, he's a chef, but he don't like to do any baking. So I was like, I I'm going to try those Kool-Aid pickles, but I'm going to, try to come up with my own recipes. So I started trying to, come up with my own recipes, and it took me about 2 months to perfect it. And when I tell you that I perfected it even better than the ones that I had in Texas, and then we started selling them on a food truck, and people were just going crazy. I mean, like, we sell them by the jars. And it's one of those things that you either really gonna like it or you really not. There's no in between.
Look at you being creative. Is Chef Corey rubbing off on you, girl?
Yeah. I got to have something of my own now. I got to have some kind of dish.
I know that's right.
So what does it taste like?
So we use dill pickles, the whole dill pickles that we slice in half, and we marinate it in sweet Kool-Aid. And so when you first bite into it, you got to be ready for it because it's going to send your mouth in shock. It's going to be like, your mouth is not going to know how to react. And
is it a pucker?
It's a pucker from the sour from the pickle and then the sweetness from the Kool-Aid.
Oh,
so
wow.
Your first initial reaction, you're going to have to take at least 3 bites before you know whether you like it or not, because your mouth is going to explode with flavor from the Kool-Aid and flavor from the pickle. Do you remember, I don't know if you guys did this when you were growing up, but when I was growing up, we used to take Jolly Ranchers and stick them inside the pickles. Did you all ever do that?
No, we haven't stuck the Jolly Ranchers in pickles. We have to try it, though.
Well, that's what we did growing up. So I was going to say, if you ever did that.
Jolly Ranchers and pickles?
Yeah.
Miss Loniesha, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Oklahoma City.
I guess that's just how they get down in Oklahoma.
Yeah, we're a little country down here.
Your creativity is spectacular. I learn something new every day. I mean, if you're on the Food Network, I give you an A+.
Well, we will be on the Food Network here in a couple of weeks.
You are?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
When will your show air on the Food Network?
It's
Did they
either
tell you?
it's either the 10th or the 17th. I should know by next week.
Are they spotlighting your husband Corey as a chef or the whole entire restaurant?
We are actually on 2 shows, 2 Food Network shows. The first one is going to be aired next month, and the second one is going to be aired in February. The first one is a family food show, so it's going to represent me, my husband, and my son. And then the second one is just representing my husband as the chef.
Oh, wow, that is awesome. We're talking to a celebrity audience. Restaurant Magic is going places. God bless you guys. I wanted to ask you, what kind of advice would you give to an entrepreneur interested in starting their own restaurant or business?
I would definitely say do your research first. That is the most important thing is to, like I tell everybody, Google is your friend. There is no way that you can't say you don't know how to start a business, because that's how I started our food truck, is I used Google. I mean, people put everything on Google. You can't go wrong. Research. Take your time, be patient, don't give up, because it will get hard. Talk to people that's like-minded, because that will take you a long way. Because, at first people looked at me like, you're going to open a food truck? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, the naysayers.
Haters.
Yeah. So just kind of try to stay away from those type of people, because it will discourage you. Because some people don't want to see you doing good.
Love that advice of staying with like-minded people. Go far and be able to reach your goals. How do you separate work from home?
We're still trying to figure that out.
Not easy.
We're still trying to figure that out. Not easy.
Keep working on it. Just keep working on it and loving each other. But look, audience, we got another break.
Shouldn't laws be black and white? Doesn't everyone deserve the same treatment? For 15-year-old Gemini Berry, the answers are obvious. But then a crime shocks Gemini's small town, and she learns that many adults see things in shades of gray. In Mika Chanel's novel, Just as the Sky is Blue, Gemini Berry is forced to grow up fast when her mother agrees to play a central role in a sensational murder trial that tears her small town apart. As the trial spins out of control, Secrets are revealed and old debts are settled, and Gemini's life is ultimately changed forever. Order Mika Chanel's book, Just As the Sky is Blue. Just As the Sky is Blue is available on Amazon.com, Kindle, and Audible.com.
Welcome back, audience. We're here with Miss Loniesha of Off the Hook Seafood and More in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And Miss Loniesha, I wanted to ask you, was there a particular time when you and your husband wanted to throw in the towel?
I wouldn't say that we ever wanted to throw in the towel on the business. Now, our marriage, oh my goodness. It definitely takes a strain on our marriage because we also have 3 children. And yeah,
what age range?
My oldest son is about to be 19. I have a middle son, he's about to be 13, and then I have a daughter, she's 8.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's, the business is fine. It's just being husband and wife and working together every day, trying to handle over 20 employees and 3 children, and it takes a strain on our marriage because we don't get to date anymore. We forget about us sometimes.
Yeah.
Promise me that you will make time for each other. Marriage is so important, just as important as your business. Audience, be supportive of your spouse and always talk about things and make sure that the line of communication is always open. But now I wanted to ask you a question, Loniesha. How is your restaurant focusing on nutrition? Do you have any nutritionist meals?
Now, we don't just fry everything like we do grilled as well. We have grilled catfish, we do grilled tilapia, we grill shrimp, we have asparagus, broccoli. We have grilled jerk chicken kebabs. They have squash and zucchini. And I actually lost weight myself just eating straight grilled foods from our restaurant for about 3 months.
Wow.
It's so delicious that you don't feel like you're eating healthy. You know how sometimes when you're eating healthy, it's like blah, you're just like, oh. But no, a lot of people, when they diet, they come to us because it's still, delicious and you can enjoy your food as well.
I was wondering about that, Miss Loniesha, how you kept your weight. I was going to say, girl, you're big.
People ask me all the time.
Oh, what is the most popular dish in your restaurant?
The most popular dish will be the melted lobster. It's kind of like the sister of the Crazy Crawdaddy, just with lobster meat.
Okay, and what does your family think about your restaurant? What's your family's perspective?
Well, I still have my sisters. My sisters are very supportive, but it's sad to say that I don't talk to a lot of my other family members. It's just, once God started blessing you, people just kind of start falling off. So I really don't talk to a lot of my family anymore. I stay busy and I just mind my own business and keep doing what I got to do. But so far as with my sisters, they have been a blessing. They help me with my children. They help me, if I'm short-staffed. And they're actually, my sister always tells me, she'll say, you the baby sister, but I always knew you was going to be somebody.
Wow, that's awesome. And look, favor ain't fair, but we ain't there.
Before we go, Miss Loniesha, can you share with the audience how they can find you on social media, your website information as well?
Yes, ma'am. You can find us on our website at offthehookokc.com, or you can just Google Off the Hook OKC. Now, there are some other restaurants called Off the Hook Seafood, in other states. But, if you Google Off the Hook OKC, you can't go wrong. It'll lead you straight to us.
We so appreciate your time, Miss Loniesha. I want to offer a special prayer for your marriage and that it continues to be successful as it goes forward.
Amen. I told him I'm not leaving if he wants to. I'm staying here.
I know that's right.
Audience, it's been awesome. Hope you got some great advice, especially couples and spouses. This has been the
Hotness
and Sweetly checking out what your restaurant is all about.